He was furious with me, and he had every right to be. This was a doctor who had given his entire life to serving government. Now, he reached out to me to plan his exit because he wanted to resign and leave a legacy for his family. That was his purpose. And we covered everything from tax planning to how to save him hundreds of thousands in safe investing, how to protect his capital, medical aid so that he doesn't have to lose his cover. We made certain that his family would be protected and taken care of. Everything was going smoothly. He was ready, he was confident, and then we made a mistake. It had nothing to do with the financial plan, but yet it affected everything. And that was the moment, and the moment that I found out, I could hear the anger in his voice, and it's something that I will never forget. In that moment, I actually realized something, and it changed for me both on a professional side as well as on a personal side. And in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you the exact experience that I had with this doctor, why he was so upset, what was the mistake that we had made, and what was the turning point in that journey, and then how do we use that in order to ensure that the experience going forward for government employees is significantly enhanced. Now, the first thing that I want to share with you is I'm wired in such a way that I want to constantly learn from the experience. I want to learn from the information that's being presented. And I tend to learn a lot more from my engagements with you, right? With government employees, compared to what's in the books. So although I've completed a postgraduate in financial planning. I've completed my certificate in financial. I'm a certified financial planner. It's a mark of international excellence. And I've done all of that. I've been in the books, but you really cannot. It's completely different when experience comes into play, and connecting with members, understanding the situation, each member having a different set of circumstances. That really is what makes it so exciting, because it's nothing that I can draw from the textbooks. I wouldn't have been able to learn all of this unless I was engaging with members, right? And also keeps me fresh, because each time I'm learning something new, we're able to adjust and change the processes. Now, we set out, this is the second thing that I want to share with you, is we set out this phenomenal goal, really, really challenging goal, that for government employees, we want to create a world-class experience. And it became so essential to us, as it's actually the first core value for us. It's a world-class experience. And we actually ask one question in everything that we do. Is this a 5-star experience for a government employee? Is what we're doing a 5-star experience for you? And it's shifted the way that we see this. And I'll tell you the reason why. It's actually from a personal perspective. I used to observe my dad, waking up very early in the morning, coming back pretty late at night. And, we had the occasion to visit him at the office. And I look at the working environment. And I look at the working environment for a lot of educators, a lot of SAPS members, a lot of people working in Home Affairs, Department of Health, and you see the circumstances are not the best. You see a lot of situations where they don't have proper equipment, they don't have proper places to write on. Sometimes they don't have paper to write on. I've had members sharing those stories with me. I had a situation from a member who reached out after traveling. She works at one of the hospitals close to the border, and she says they got to a stage where they didn't even have bandages. It was that bad. And we look at the environment that these government employees, after having given years of their life, many of them don't get to experience the finer details in life. And we look at how the investment companies have set it up, because government employees represents a very, very tiny sector of the market. And the rest, the private sector, it's a lot bigger. There's more people with lots more money coming in from the private sector. Then government employees tend to be forgotten about. So we set it up as a company. We set up world-class client experience as a core value, because we want to deliver that level of experience, right? We don't just want a government employee. We don't just want you coming to us to work with us because we're good with tax planning or we're good with investing, but we want your entire experience to be world-class, so that when we're done with the consultation, we completely blow your mind away, right? You're feeling happy about what's happening, especially when you're coming from a place of having worked for so long and you're used to that environment, and now you're getting something so much better and having to make the most important decision in your financial decision of your career. So we want that experience to be that good, right? Now, because we set this, the bar so high, we then start to look at, and this is the third thing that I want to share with you, is we then start to look at our mistakes. because there's only so much that we would be able to pick up from the textbooks, so much that we would be able to pick up on our research. But usually we end up learning more from the mistakes that we make. And of course, I made all the mistakes that you can possibly think about from a tax perspective. Touch wood, we don't make any more. But it helps me to learn and then create a roadmap, right? Is how do we ensure that that government employees don't make this mistake going forward? And the same thing that happened here with the incident with the doctor. We had everything checked in from a financial planning perspective, but here's what I failed to do: is I failed to do a proper introduction to the team. A proper introduction to the team. So we had everything set up. It was all wonderful. We had created a private WhatsApp group for him. So yeah, with all my team members added in, and then we had everyone reaching out to him, offering, requesting, can I have this from you? Can I have that from you? Can I have this from you? We need to have this. Have you completed this? But he didn't know who they were. So just people sending him messages, but he didn't know who they were. See, I didn't do the introduction. So that was my mistake. He was very, very upset about it. But again, it was an opportunity for me to learn from the mistake. It's an opportunity for me to look at how we can enhance it and do something differently. So arising from that experience, we then sat as a team and we started to look at, hey, what can we do so that going forward, we have a better experience? And then we put something together which completely, was absolutely a game changer for us and shifts the way that you would engage with us. So you'll see this when you book a private consultation, how we engage with you, the things that we're doing inside of the session. It's completely different, completely unique, especially if you're partnering with us on the journey. We now have things in place, again, thanks to the experience with the doctor, that just is above and beyond. And guess what? Who was the person that we went to vet this? Back to the very same doctor who came through. We said to him, hey, look, here's what's happened. Really apologize for what's taking place. This is what we want to do. And he absolutely loved the idea. So the thing is, sometimes we would make mistakes, especially in terms of financial planning, and especially in terms of what we're trying to do, because we understand financial planning there, we pretty much know that we can tick the boxes. But beyond that, when from an experience perspective and we want to aspire to world-class experience, this is where you can put us to the test, right? Because if you see something that we are doing which is not at that level and you bring it to our attention, gives us a chance to enhance. And guess what happens? The moment we start to fix a problem like that, then going forward, all other government employees that we are assisting is in a place to benefit from something that's a lot better. So this is, again, what we've been able to learn from this experience. That was the third thing. It's just understanding that the marketplace is shifting, especially now with things like AI coming in. We've got to do something different, I believe, in order to show that we really care, right? AI can write emails, AI can do, a lot of calculations, but the personal touch, and this is why I believe having world-class experience in our core value is so essential, and we drive it so hard. Right? Now, how does this impact you? So when you are running through your planning, whether you're deciding to retire or resign, keep in mind that it's very possible that there might be some mistakes. See? It's very possible that you might be expecting things to run in a certain way, but it doesn't. And then you're going to be faced with the choice, and most people would just be quiet about it. They wouldn't talk about it. But what I want to encourage you is, hey, raise it. Raise the issue, even if it's something that's small, right? Especially if you and I are engaging, because again, we want a world-class experience. Remember the question I said to you that we ask on a daily basis as a team is, we are asking, is this a 5-star experience for the client? Is it a 5-star experience for you? So if it's not, then let us know so that we can start to grow and look at, hey, what can we do in order to make it 5-star? And sometimes it might be one thing, sometimes it might be 3 things or 5 things. And in the beginning, let me tell you, when I first started off in my career, if you had come to me and you said to me, hey, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, these are your issues, at that stage, I didn't understand this thinking, and I'll be like, oh, you know what, this client he's not helping out, he's only complaining, he's not appreciating the work that we're doing, and I'll be so frustrated. Where now, because my mindset shifted, because we're now thinking from a world-class perspective, I'm actually grateful. I look for the times where somebody would come to me to say, hey, look, this didn't go so well. Because if I look at the past, all the mistakes that we've made, it's helped us to grow things up to a level where it is now operating at a 5-star, right? Which again, I want to challenge you. So let's say you are having a 5-star experience. You connect with us, everything's working well. then please come and raise a complaint with us. Hey, you know what, Devon, this is what you can do to make it a 7-star experience, right? Because ultimately, when that impacts you, it's going to impact all the other colleagues left behind, right? And that's the fifth thing. That's actually the sixth thing that I want to share with you is, connect with us. Let us know exactly what's taking place. Could be in terms of how do we enhance the masterclass. Could be in terms of how do we enhance the YouTube video. Could be in terms of what we're doing in terms of our social media, or what we're doing in terms of our marketing, or maybe in terms of the book, right? You read the book, you have an understanding of it, certain elements you need clarity from that, or could be a YouTube video that you need us to do, or whatever it is. Give us the opportunity in order for us to grow, right? Please do not just look at something and say, hey, you know what, hey, this experience wasn't very good. I don't want to deal with this company anymore, right? It's okay if you don't deal with us, but give us the chance to learn from the experience. Just tell us, hey, look, this is what didn't work well, and then it allows us to make the shift, right? Now, while I'm again sharing with you, keep in mind sometimes things may not work according to your plan. When that happens, you've got a choice. You can either like bail ship, move to another advisor or planner, or you again test the advisor or planner to see, hey, look, are you capable of giving me a different experience? So just shifting your thinking as well. That's it for today's video. If you found the video helpful, remember to click the thumbs up sign and also to hit subscribe. And remember to share this amongst your friends and colleagues, right? Because these are the tiny bits that I feel make a difference, especially in terms of your planning from having to decide to retire, resign, or even if you set on your path and how do we enhance it. But it's those little things that can make a big difference in the long run. And I'll catch you in the next video.